Hi guys, how you doing? Back again. We're doing part 2 of my tutorial now on how to paint astral claws. So in the last video, quick recap, we started on this guy here. Obviously we've got the whole squad there, we're just going to focus on the one at a time. Basically this guy here is the sergeant. We've started off with trimming him down, tidying him up, spraying him with the Chaos Black spray from GW. Then I've done 2 base layers of lead belcher to give it a real nice sort of good coat of lead belcher, obviously just to make sure that there's no sort of black showing through, anything like that. I've then obviously given it a nice thick coat of Nuln oil wash all over the model, all over the sword as well, because obviously the sword is going to be silver as well. Obviously the bolter I haven't bothered with yet because we're going to do that completely separate. Whilst I've been away as well, I kind of skipped ahead a little bit. Started with the heads. Now I'm doing the heads. Let me just get that to focus in for you. There's the heads. They're all going to be done separately so that I can get them nice and clean and well done. I've started with a base coat on there of what's that one called, Calidor Sky. Again, just GW's paint. Most of the paints that I use are GW. Just find they're a real nice covering paint, so I just watered that down a little bit with a couple of drips of water. Started on a couple of coats on the helmets. Now I'm not going for the conventional everything silver apart from the shoulder blades being shoulder pads being blue on these guys. I'm going to mix it up a little bit, do my own kind of version. So the heads are going to be blue. The sergeant's head's going to have a nice little gold bit on the vent on the top, just to kind of denote that he's the sergeant. So right, what I'll do next on this guy, I'm going to put in the blue parts on this guy that I want. Then I'm going to move on to starting on the first layer of Iron Breaker. Sorry about that guys, the dogs have just heard something. So I'll be right back once I've got all the paint set. See you in a second guys. Hi guys, back again. First of all I apologise about the light, it's a bit yellow at the moment because the sun's going down, so we're using the spotlights instead. You'll see whilst I've been away again, I've started the shoulders off there, you'll see with the Calidor Sky, and obviously on this one, because he's the sergeant, I'm doing the leg blue on this one as well, only the front plate, just to show obviously this guy is top dog. Alright, what I'm going to do now, whilst that layer of Calidor's drying, I'm going to start on the layer of Iron Breaker, just give that a little shake. What I'm going to do here with the Iron Breaker is the first layering of the silver of this guy, just to obviously denote like his shoulder pads, things like that. So what we're doing now, you'll see things like just bringing out the shoulder pads, the different plates of armour. It's quite hard to do here. Just going up to close to the edges of the plates above, but obviously whilst doing it, leaving part of the shadow that we've made from having the Nuln oil and lead belcher over the top. So let me just get that to clear up a bit for you. There we go. So you see where I'm working on sort of the groin area at the moment. It's building up a nice kind of highlight for the armour. So what I'll do is go over all the different parts of armour that I want to keep silver, showing which bits we want highlighted. So around there, obviously that bit in the middle as well. But you want to leave shadow everywhere that you've put the wash in, because obviously that's the way that we show how 3D this model is. So you see it's all starting to build up nice. You can see the difference there that I've done between the sort of the groin area and the rest of the model. Sometimes you might need a bit of a sort of nice sharp edge along some of the plates to show that the edge and the shadow. So you see there, nice little work down, and you want to get in the little grooves as well, just highlight the little bolts, things like that. It all makes quite a big difference when you're doing this. So you see, and that focuses for you. Let's get that to focus. There we go. So you see where I'm going there. I'm starting to build up layers upon layers. Sometimes you might need more than one layer of the iron breaker just to get this stuff, just to get a nice bright layer. Just try and do all of the raised plates. So you see I'm working all the way through at the moment on the kind of groin and middle. I'll show you on some of the leg parts as well, so just get that to focus for you. There we go. So you can see the difference there between the two pads. So you see the leg one and then the one above. Now, like I say, you might need one or two coats of the iron breaker to give it a nice solid look. What I'll do though, I'll do some more of that, and I'll come back in a moment when we've got the majority of it done. See you guys soon. Hi guys, welcome back again. Right, so what I've done, so finish this one off with all of the, you'll see, iron breaker layer there, so all over the model now. On the silver parts is much brighter, we've kept all the shadow in there. Obviously still looks nice and sort of worn, dirty, got all the shadows in there. If I zoom in on the legs for you, you'll see what I mean. Yeah, there we go. Right, so next step for this one will be to use a bit of the Drakenhof Nightshade, just to shade the blue parts, so the shoulder panels and the leg on this model. So I'm not going to put a heavy coat on, just give that a little shake. I'm not going to put a heavy layer on, obviously, because we don't want it to run too much. It's literally just to give it a shade around the bolts and parts like that. So just painting that in. That's the leg and the shoulders. Just gonna go, all I'm literally gonna do on the shoulders is round the front by the bolts, just to, because all I want is a bit of shadow round where the bolts are. Which is easy enough to achieve just by putting a little bit on that side. There we go, that's that done. Right, just wash that brush off, give it a little dry. There we go, tissue, lovely. Close that pot up. Right, so whilst that's drying there, you'll see just the legs are drying. I'm going to start on the head for the sergeant. So you see I've already painted them up with Calidor. If I can get this to focus in for you. There we go. So I'm now going to give them all a wash down with the Nightshade as well. Might as well do them all, as they're all obviously small parts and all together, so we'll give it a going over the whole lot. Now I'm going to do it quite heavy on these ones, because I'm going to go back over and do another layer of Calidor once this is dried, leaving the shadow still showing. Just going to take the excess off the details, because obviously we don't want the details completely gone. There we go. Just like that. That's perfect. And we'll wait for those to dry too. So that's that next step done. I'll be back with another step when that's dry. We'll start looking at some of the details, some of the gold iconography, put some of the transfers on, things like that. And I'll meet you back very soon. Cheers.